I just hosted my Endures quarterly pause and reset event. So the next one is actually on September the 15th at 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time if you do want to pop this in your diary. But essentially, these are quarterly events that I run surprisingly once a quarter for free to enable people to pause, reflect on their goals, their last quarter, their achievements, their learnings, their lessons, what's gone well, what might need to change, and start to refocus for the next quarter. And I wanted to share with you on the podcast today some of my learnings from the last 45 minutes. So, first of all, I get as much out of these days as I'm sure everybody who's on them. I hope that everybody who joins them gets something out of them. And if you do want to access the recording from today, I am more than happy to share that with you. Just hop onto any of my social media in the links or onto my website and send me an email or a DM in any of the socials. So LinkedIn, Instagram, etc. And I will get that recording link through to you. But I just find it so important, one, that we actually set goals that align with us. So work out what our ultimate summits are, what really means something to us. And two, that we take the space to pause, because the world and life is just hurtling by so quickly. And, if we never pause, we never see where we're going. We need to refine actually what matters. So we need to make sure we're on the right track. And we need to make sure that we're actually climbing the right mountains. So sometimes we'll set goals, and this certainly happens to me. And we look back and we think, actually, I don't care about that. Why did I set that goal? Somebody else thought that was a good goal. Or we set goals and maybe we achieve them, but because it hasn't worked in the way we thought it might, it doesn't feel like we've achieved it. And so I look at my, say, 3 goals that I set for the last quarter. I achieved 2 of them. I'd forgotten I achieved 1. And the third one is kind of in progress, but I'm not beating myself up over it because I've been able to change pace about it. And so sometimes in workplaces and in our lives, we get a little bit anti setting goals, or we think it's going to stress us out or pressurize us. But setting goals is associated with hopefulness in our lives. It's a sense of optimism. We actually want to do something. We can see a future. We see something to work towards. And this is the importance of having that, really good and clear summit and, keeping our momentum towards that. So, a couple of things on goal setting theory that I spoke about today. So Locke and Latham's goal setting theory, they talk about how clear and meaningful goals improve our performance. But what we actually need are regular feedback loops and regular reflection to make these goals real. And this is the importance of having a rhythm of pausing, refocusing, and resetting. Now, I have a rhythm every day, every week, every month, every quarter, and I facilitate these quarterly easy, free check-ins for whoever wants to join so that they have that space quarterly. But in my clinical business, I facilitate these resetting, recalibration events for my team because I really value the importance of it. I run them for other people's teams. I facilitate goal setting. And I think that can really work quite well to have an external facilitator as well. The second thing that's really useful about these pauses is that a driver of motivation is seeing meaningful progress in motion. So if we pause and reflect, we actually recognize how far we've come. And even if we haven't come as far as maybe we thought we might, we can recognize the learnings, or we can celebrate some of the progress, or we can pivot, right? Or we can change pace. There's so many things that we can do. And, I spoke about in the webinar with motivation. Sometimes generally as humans, we're really motivated by announcing the goal or the thing we're going to do. And then sometimes the momentum dies off. So this is why it is really exciting to announce that you're writing a book, but are really exciting to announce at the start of the new year that you are going to join the gym. But if you're not actually this gym bunny, if you don't develop the why, the clarity on your why for why you're going and how you're going to do it, the momentum, so the habits, the decision frameworks, all of the things to help you do it, then that motivation just drops off. But if we can start to see meaningful progress, this is what keeps us going. And this is why these pauses and resets are really, really important. So again, if you would like a copy of the recording, it's 45 minutes long. It's got some journaling prompts. You can sit down and do it at your own pace with a cup of tea, whatever your favorite drink of choice is, pen and a paper, an iPad, whatever, and just have your own little pause and reset. I would love you to reach out to me. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow for more from Endures. Bye.